Just do it right, build wealth. The new Black Wall Street. The new Black Wall Street. Do it right, build wealth, live life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. He's your host. The new Black.
Man, this thing been messing up, been acting up all morning, but hey, we're gonna make it do what it do. I don't know what's going on. Grand rising to you, beautiful people, man. Top of the morning to you here today on the New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. And you put in a book, and we absolutely will find it. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, the Black Bazaar, and international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. The book that I wrote, guys, is a study of Black wealth. It's a study of the 12 richest Black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. And I just truly believe that if you want to be wealthy, that's a big if, by the way, because everybody don't want to be rich. But if you do, I recommend that you study wealthy people. You can find the Black Billionaires Club, the book, by going to the website, theblackbillionairesclub.com, theblackbillionairesclub.com. Pick up your copy today. It's available in hard copy, ebook as well, and it's also available in French for our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. So pick up your copy today. Well, Grand Rising, man, love to know who's connecting with us here this morning. Go ahead and let us know where you're connecting from, what city, what state, what country, what city, what state, what country. Also hit the like button and share button if you care. Like button, share button if you care. We're going to continue our journey this morning in the New Black Wall Street Book Club into the book, The Wealth Choice. This is a book written by brother Dr. Dennis Kimbro. Success Secrets of Black Millionaires. Success Secrets of Black Millionaires. Everybody put in the comments below, I choose wealth. I choose wealth. It's a choice. It is a choice. And so last we left off, guys, we were kind of discussing, these attributes between your hard work and knowledge and all that good stuff. And we're going to talk a little bit about luck today. And we're going to talk about our main topic today is going to be how the wealthy became wealthy. As I mentioned to you, if you want to be wealthy, study wealthy people. And this book is all about a study, a 7-year study, compiling all the greats of the time, all the Black greats of the time. We can find out a little bit about them, from them, some things we may need to incorporate, we may want to incorporate in our life as we begin to change the way that we think. And if you change the way that you think, you'll actually begin to change your results. You can find this book by going to the website, www.denniskimbro.com, www.denniskimbro.com. Grand Rising to you, Brother Mealy, man. Thanks so much for joining us out of Houston. Here with us here today, Miss Vivian Reed, Brooklyn, New York. Thanks so much for joining us here today. Miss Antoinette Ross, good morning to you. Top of the morning. Fantastic morning. Let's get it, get it. Y'all know what time it is. New Black Wall Street Book Club. Let's read. Let's read. So this title section, what about luck? What about it? What about luck? And what about that tangible quality, that intangible quality we call luck? There's hardly a word in the English language that has been more cruelly abused than the word luck. Perhaps George H. Clayson, a 19th century writer and author of The Richest Man in Babylon, expressed it best. Fickle fate is a vicious goddess who brings no permanent good to anyone. On the contrary, she brings ruin to almost every man upon whom she showers unearned gold. She makes wanton spenders who soon dissipate all they receive and are left beset by overwhelming appetites and desires they have not the ability to gratify. Although I agree our youth should be taught that sooner or later circumstances eventually may decide outcomes, that money alone may place unworthy candidates in high positions, and that who you know sometimes outweighs what you know, as the study bears out. Fortune smiles on those who roll up their sleeves and place their shoulder to the wheel. Our children should also be taught that diligence is the mother of good luck, that he alone is great, who by a life heroic conquers fate. that as a rule, the best individual does win the highest place. This generation should be taught that 9 times out of 10, what others call luck or fate is but a limited belief on the indolent, the indifferent, and those who are less than ambitious. If I were called on to express in a word why so many capable men and women fail in business and in life, lack of luck would never be the prime culprit. Yes, I have observed what appears to be good fortune or luck in people's lives, but actually is the result of strong habits. Everybody put it down, so strong habits. It's the result of strong habits that are deeply a part of their self-belief and character. Wealth requires more than just luck. Fewer than 2% of the respondents in this study inherited any or all of their fortune. Moreover, research has revealed that those who receive luck-induced wealth far too often fail to retain their windfalls. One study points out that of those who came into their fortune through lotteries or gaming or chance, more than 80% were bankrupt within 5 years. The fate of those receiving other gifts or gains, such as insurance claims or an inheritance, isn't much better. Bad luck is made to stand as cause and sponsor of all the faults and failures of men and women. Show me a man who, according to popular prejudice, is a victim of bad luck in the world of enterprise, and I will show you someone whose outlook or temperament probably invites disaster. Oh, Lord. Whoa. Let me say that again. Wow. Show me a man who, according to popular prejudice, is a victim of bad luck in the world of enterprise. And I'll show you someone whose outlook or temperament probably invites disaster. How many guys out there, because we're not talking about you, y'all tuned in, so we can't be talking about you, but y'all might know some people that every time you come around and you're like, yeah, I see why you are where you are in life. I can tell, I can understand now why you seem stuck. I get it. Bad temperament and their outlook in life invites disaster. Well, I want you to think about your outlook in life. I want you to think about your temperament as it relates to how you live and what you expect and what you look forward to. What are you inviting? What are you inviting and attracting with this thing called, with your personality, your attitude, your countenance, this thing that's so attractive about you? What are you inviting? Go speak with a shady businessman who has destroyed his fortunes through wild speculation. Go visit with the incarcerated. They will try their best to convince you that they were victims of circumstances. Sit down with the shiftless and lazy and ask why they failed to pull themselves out of poverty. In 6 words or less, they'll say, I could never catch a break. What is luck? Has any scholar defined it? Has any chemist shown its composition? Has any philosopher explained its nature? Luck is not God's price for success. That would be far too cheap. Luck occurs when preparedness meets opportunity, and opportunity is ever present. Luck is where preparation meets opportunity, and opportunity is ever present. Lord, if only the next generation will begin life with the idea that every statement they utter be the exact truth, that every promise made be redeemable to the letter, that every appointment be kept with the utmost faithfulness and with full regard and respect for the time of others, that they hold their own reputation as a priceless treasure and feel as if the eyes of the world were on them, that they criticize and condemn no one, that they learn the true estimate of value and self-esteem, that they are not deceived by appearances, but place the emphasis of life where it belongs, and that they must not deviate one iota from what is upright and true. As the Almighty has made plain, you are rich or poor according to what you become, not according to what you own. You are rich or poor according to what you become, not according to what you own. That begs the question. Here on this broadcast, New Black Wall Street Book Club, who have you become? Who are you? Who have you become? It's not talent or opportunity that our children lack, but the belief that fortune smiles on the poor on the pure and determined. Hold true to these ideas, and luck will be a foregone conclusion. Unfortunately, far too many have-nots who have read the compelling story. Far too many have-nots who have read the compelling story of Bob Johnson, Black Entertainment Television's founder and owner of the National Basketball Association Charlotte Bobcat team, have gained little inspiration or direction in terms of advancing their lot. For they view Johnson's success as luck, or chance, or fate. How lucky can one guy be? They wonder. But luck, as it has been so often noted, played only a minimal role in his story. A full examination of Johnson's life reinforces the same lessons taught by the study of the lives of most of the wealthy. A loving mother, an innate drive to knows no defeat, a definite purpose that never wavers, a concentration that rarely loses its focus, indomitable energy, the identification of a calling, courage that never falters, a love of detail, an upbeat disposition matched only by unbound enthusiasm, as well as the habit of hard work will always ensure the largest measure of financial success. Let me read these characteristics, I guess you can say again. A loving mother, an innate drive that knows no defeat, a definite purpose that never wavers, a concentration that rarely loses its focus, indomitable energy, the identification of a calling, courage that never falters, a love of detail, an upbeat disposition, matched only by unbounded enthusiasm, as well as the habit of hard work. This will always ensure the largest measure of financial success. What is luck? Who have you become? Oh, my. Here this morning on the New Black Wall Street Book Club as we continue our journey into the wealth choice. It's a choice. What's going on, brother Eric Salisbury, man, North Carolina? Thanks so much for joining. Shiro is in the house here. Good morning to you. Queen Almanoy has joined us here this morning. Miss Yvette Goodrich is in the house. That's right. Glenda Tate Williams has joined us as well. Thanks so much for joining us today on the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Rich or poor because of what you have become, not about what you own. O-W-N, own. So this next section, guys, I'm gonna do this and we're gonna actually wrap this up. I could probably read more, but I want to stop there. So what's going on, brother Mari? How are you? Good morning to you, brother. How the wealthy became wealthy. How the wealthy became wealthy. Now, notice also in this book, you want to kind of probably capture some of the people that he's name dropping. These are people that he's talked to, he's had interviews with. And in this last section, he mentioned Bob Johnson, and he also mentioned a great book that we didn't finish reading, but we were reading, right? The Richest Man in Babylon, which I consider to be the #1 financial literacy book ever written. I got about 5 more copies of that. If anybody wants to pick up The Richest Man in Babylon, just let me know. How the wealthy became wealthy. How the wealthy became wealthy. Let's read. Who are the greatest moneymakers of our day? Look no further than the 36 square block area in Tulsa, Oklahoma, known by many as Black Wall Street. No finer example was ever recorded in the pages of economic history than that of the bold black business owners who dared to utilize meager resources and face back-breaking discrimination to serve a waiting clientele. Despite strife, struggle, ridicule, and an environment that forced them to the rear, these men and women of commerce patiently toiled and created several financial empires. Ironically, so many of my race who constantly dream of some far-off success, who falsely believe that they cannot make their mark where they stand, can learn a striking lesson from the black capitalists who endured and in their enduring triumph during the early 1920s. That's over 100 years ago. How did they overcome the odds and create wealth? What force rested in their hands? You tell me. The circumstances that others call unfavorable cannot impede the unfolding of your God-given powers. Let me repeat that again. Circumstances that others call unfavorable cannot impede or cannot stop the unfolding of your God-given powers. So what just came to mind for me is that song, Ain't No Stopping Me Now. Ain't no stopping me now. Brother Lowry, good morning to you. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Like their white counterparts, most of Tulsa's black residents arrived in Oklahoma during the late 1890s and the great boom years just before and after statehood. Some came from Mississippi, Missouri, and Georgia. For many, Oklahoma represented not only a chance to escape the oppression of the Deep South and the segregation mandates, but the harsher racial realities of life under Jim Crow. The Sooner state represented a land of hope, a place to sacrifice and build, somewhere to start fresh. They arrived in wagons or horseback, by train, or on foot. While some of the new settlers flocked to Tulsa, many first settled in smaller communities, many of which were all black or had large black populations throughout the state. If impossibility ever existed, it couldn't have been found. It could have been found somewhere between the birth and death of O.W. Gurley, the son of the former slaves. A would-be real estate developer, Gurley never knew when he was defeated. He took his last cent and purchased property in the Greenwood Archer Pine area in 1906, where he immediately sought to build his financial empire. That same year, he built a hotel and a grocery store attracting fresh migrants. 4 years later, J.B. Stratford, a lawyer, son of a runaway slave and Oberlin College graduate, built the 65-room Stratford Hotel, a $2 million facility and one of more than 600 black businesses in the area. In the process, Stratford became the wealthiest business owner on Greenwood Avenue. This 36-block stretch of handsome 1, 2, and 3-story red brick buildings housed dozens of black-owned businesses, including grocery stores and meat markets, clothing and dry good concerns, billiard halls, beauty parlors, barbershops, as well as the Economy Drug Company. The segregated business district known as Black Wall Street featured these enterprises: 30 grocery stores, 21 restaurants, 21 churches, 2 movie theaters, 2 newspapers, 1 bank, 1 hospital, 1 post office, 1 library, 1 bus line, more than 1,200 homes, some of which were so palatial their pictures were often captured on postcards, countless private schools, where more than 30 college-educated black teachers in segregated schools taught their young charges. And lest we forget 10 millionaires and far too many families and substantial savings to count. Through guts and glory, full of riveting tales of isolation and perseverance, nearly a century ago, a small black community managed to do what no other group of African Americans had ever done. Forbidden equal citizenship, as well as the basic rights provided to their white neighbors, they were compelled to restrict their exertions to bartering, buying, and selling, and to the accumulation of wealth in every possible way. Collectively, they spared no pains and considered no task too great in pursuit of their goals. These hardy souls were not easily discouraged. As a result, they became the inventors of letters of credit, bills of exchange, and basic financial and accounting methods. Having been shut out of the other careers and forced to devote their entire energies to organizing their capital, everybody putting also organize their capital, they acquired a genius for the acquisition of wealth. They amassed millions when others settled for thousands. They grew rich when others lived day by day. In short, they became the wealthiest blacks of their era. Let me repeat this again. Having been shut out of other careers and forced to devote their entire energies to organizing their capital. Now, here's the interesting thing. This is over 100 years ago. They were forced to do it. Now you have a choice to do it. Now, let me say that again for the people in the way back. 100 years ago, they were forced to do it. Now you simply have a choice to do it, to organize your capital. to get your ish straight. You ain't forced. Everybody gonna force you. Everybody gonna make you do it. It's your choice to do it. And therein lies the difference between what happened 100 years ago and what has yet to happen 100 years later. The power of choice. See, if our backs were against the wall and we had to do it, we would do it. But since it's just a choice and we can conveniently escape from doing it, we choose not to. They acquired a genius. Everybody put in console, I'm a genius. They acquired a genius for the acquisition of wealth. Now, sometimes that can be difficult. For you and I to talk great about ourselves, it can seem like it's pompous. It can seem like it's conceited. Listen, acquiring a genius for the acquisition of wealth. I think that's a good moniker. For me, I don't know about for you. Sometimes I wake up and I'm saying to myself, I'll be like, who can I share this with? Because I'm a genius. Man, God has blessed me with the kind of mental ability to go out and make shit happen, to use my hands to turn glitter into gold. I'm blessed. I'm a genius. Now I focus on the acquisition of wealth. They amass millions when others settle for thousands. Are you settling? Is your 50K keeping you from 500K? They grew rich when others lived day to day. In short, they became the wealthiest blacks of their era. The Wealth Choice. Success Secrets of Black Millionaires, written by Dr. Dennis Kimbro. This is the new Black Wall Street Book Club, where black folk do read. 30 minutes a day to keep broke and stupid away. You put in a book like The Wealth Choice by Dr. Dennis Kimbro, and we absolutely will find it. I'm your host, ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator. I want you guys to remember this, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. All we got, beautiful people. Matter of fact, we all we need. Thank God. That's more than enough. Until next episode, you know what time it is. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
The new Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We will see you all there at the next episode of The New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street.